Hello and welcome to this special episode on American elections on Max Maharashtra program. And name of the program is Point Blank. Today, we are going to discuss with our friend Ravi Marathe from US most awaited debate and which has taken place few hours back in America by ABC television. And world over, millions of people have watched this debate. Particularly in America, most of the voters are very eager to understand the views, the stance, the way these leaders put their thought, their future policies. Uh, that makes a lot of difference on the shift of opinion or paradigm shift of the opinion. And particularly, it's important for the voters to understand what their leaders or those who are in fray of the top slot of United States, how they think and how they are going to work for America and common citizen at large. So, Ravi, my first question would be: as we have observed, we all have observed, watched this debate very carefully. I thought that it was much different than the earlier debate, because in earlier debate Joe Biden was there
Yeah,
against Trump,
yeah, yeah.
and Biden was completely surpassed by Trump. Biden was not confident, rather he was criticized. And then Kamala Harris nomination was announced and she took over. On so many parameters, she was going ahead, like funding and popularity and meeting and convincing the people and whatnot. But today, for the first time, they came across in front of each other as candidates for the top slot, that is President of United States of America.
Mhm.
And I thought we should start with this. Uh, what is the current status after, say, a few hours are over now after the debate took place in the United States? And what is the current status as far as the popularity is concerned? Popularity of Kamala Harris, has it raised, or it is there only on the same slot or same place? And what about Trump? Has it decreased or has it increased? You first elaborate on the status of the popularity after the debate.
Right. So, Samiran, as you said, this debate was exactly the role reversal. Role reversal compared to the Biden debate. In this debate, Kamala Harris was attacking, and I mean, let's put it in simple terms. The most of the critics acknowledged that she won the debate. Now, coming back to the impact of this, let's understand what is the impact. Now, important part is, will it have brought some additional voters who are on the fence towards Trump? The simple answer is no, because the way Trump came across in this debate, he was rattled. He gave on, he kept on talking about his own grievances all the time. And Kamala Harris actually gave him lots of baits, and he took those baits. So, so the simple conclusion is Trump has definitely not won any additional votes which could be on the fence before the debate. So that's very clear. Now let's understand what's happening with Kamala Harris. Now, for many voters, Kamala Harris was still an unknown thing before yesterday's debate. But now she has become a sort of a known commodity, if you want to call it that way. And voters now understand what is Kamala Harris. Now, does it mean that she was very lucid or she was clear in terms of explaining her policies and things like that? Probably no. But still, what came across as a very confident, very suave, and very a person who is who would be able to be president of United States. So that has definitely created an impression amongst the voters who are probably on the fence that, okay, at least Kamala Harris comes out as a very capable person, as a very confident person, and if she could take on Trump in this debate, and if she could win that debate, then that means a lot for many voters, because
Right.
voters know. Yeah, so that's
Uh,
the.
uh, Ravi, one more point. I watched it very carefully. Trump always is somewhat overconfident, and though he was today also, he looked overconfident. He is a bit of rash. in putting his questions, then his remarks, then his facial expressions, his body language is always dominant. He never considers that other. He never takes any cognizance of existence of any other person. He
Absolutely.
thinks that
Absolutely.
he thinks that whole attention
The
of
world revolves around him.
world
Yeah.
world is watching only him, and
Yeah. Yeah.
nobody else is existing.
Yeah.
That is his stance. But today, I think Kamala Harris has shown his place to him, because on each and every question she was pinpointedly not only attacking it in an aggressive way, but also telling that you're talking to me, not to Biden. So what Biden has done in his tenure, please don't tell me, or don't refer it in this debate. Now you are going to have candidate like me. I am the candidate. So do you think so that this approach of overcoming Trump really helped Kamala Harris?
Definitely, definitely. That's what I was saying it earlier. It has created an image for Kamala Harris that she would be a capable president, capable candidate to be president of United States. Now she has created an image that she has the guts, she has the persona to tackle people like, say, for example, Putin. And she exuded that complete confidence. The way she provoked Trump and the way she attacked Trump was something which Trump had probably never expected. In fact, the simple parameter of understanding who won the debate is Fox News. Now we know Fox News is always a pro-Trump channel, pro-Trump TV channel, and Fox News concluded that Harris won the battle, won the debate. So that itself shows that who won the debate. And that created a lot of positive feeling for Kamala Harris for sure, especially the way she provoked Trump. And you know what happened? Trump, rather than talking about two of his plus points, the one is the economy and second is immigration. Now, Kamala Harris very tactfully she avoided these two topics and attacked Trump on various other points. Let me put it this way: she craftily exploited one weakness of Trump, and that weakness was not Trump's policies. That weakness was not divisiveness. The weakness was his ego. So she provoked him, and she attacked his ego, and as a result, he ended up saying lots of things which were not true. In fact, you may have seen the fact checking done by the moderators.
Right. Another thing, Ravi, I think Kamala has also proved that you cannot take any women for granted. On 2 3 issues, Trump always, as usual, he passed some fishy remark, some derogatory comment, and like that on racism, even on
Mhm.
her color, then
Yeah, yeah,
her thoughts on abortion, and then his expression was totally arrogant. But
right.
Kamala was smiling that time. She laughed at him pitiably. That look, what is this man? And in this completely male dominant attitude, he is just treating any woman that he doesn't have any decency to keep it equal. Now we are candidates, so he has to keep that decency, that maturity, and whatnot. So in a way, she proved, she showed, she exposed Trump what this man can do. So I think it was a very well planned strategy of Kamala Harris, who in this debate just took a punch from anchor, and she went ahead when even Trump was speaking. She used to smile and discard whatever he was saying, and once or twice Trump got irritated because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and he even said that, look, I'm talking, and you should allow me. But she was not talking anything, and
yeah, yeah.
to give the expression is a democratic right of any person in any
Absolutely,
debate. We
absolutely,
all are the
absolutely.
media people. We know that giving an expression is not a crime. If you
Yeah, yeah,
create any obstacle in this sort of debates, in fact, most of the American reactions which I watched after the debate, some of the Republican Party supporters even said that the anchors were biased. They were supporting Kamala Harris, but the Democratic people denied this charge. So, what is your take? What was the
yeah.
role of
So
anchor, and what was exactly strategy of Kamala Harris?
yeah. So the main point where Kamala Harris scored was the entire body language. Now, for example, when she entered, she walked across to the podium of Trump and shook hands with him. Now that created the necessary opening for her, because she showed that she means unity. She's not talking about divisiveness.
Generosity and manners and
Generosity,
all that.
yes, yes, and she showed that. Then the second thing was, he always made eye contact with Trump. Now Trump avoided eye contact. Now when you're avoiding eye contact, that gives a very wrong impression, and people are wise enough to understand that it's, imagine you are talking to China president, or Russian president Putin. The eye contact is an important part of your communication. So she made it a point to have that direct eye contact. And like you said, she used different tools. For example, she used laughter, she used pitiful glance, and then she used to keep her hand on her chin, with, as if, whenever Trump is talking something nonsense. So it was an expression of amusement. So all these body language traits she exploited to the tilt. And that's exactly where probably she rattled Trump and she won the battle. Now, coming
Yeah,
back to your anchor thing, uh, probably, you may have seen, after debate, Trump said, "I have won the debate," and he said, "I have won." Why? Because it was 3 versus 1. He wanted to indicate that anchors were supporting Democratic Party. Now, let's be very honest. Both the parties acknowledge that none of the questions were shared with any of the candidates before the debate. Not only that, the anchors were straightforward in asking questions. Now, there is a allegation, or there is a sort of a complaint from Republican Party, that anchors were doing fact checking for Donald Trump, and which they didn't do with Kamala Harris. But let's face the fact: the fact checking comes into picture only when you're lying. If you
yeah,
if you're saying something which is not true, then anchors are going to do fact checking. Whereas in case of Kamala Harris, she never said anything which was so blatantly blatant lie. So there was no fact checking. So in that sense, probably people, Republican Party is saying the anchors were partisan to Harris. But let's,
right.
yeah.
Ravi, let us go point by point, which Trump has alleged on Kamala Harris or her tenure with Biden,
Mhm.
not as only as vice president also, and as Biden as a president also. So he was attacking on the illegal immigrants policy, and he said that these illegal immigrants voted against me. Then Biden and Kamala allowed these millions of illegal immigrants to come in America and stay. Then
Right.
Biden and Kamala destroyed our US economy. That was one of his allegations.
Yeah.
Then if Kamala wins, he said, if Kamala wins, then Israel will suffer like anything. And then he also claimed and he also insisted that he should come to power. Why? Because he will end up the war in between Russia and Ukraine. And then, most important point is the economy took shape, worst shape in the history of America in the tenure of Biden and Kamala Harris. So, considering these two, 3 points, which practically, directly or indirectly, Kamala Harris avoided the question of economy, but she spoke on the abortion issue, she spoke on immigrants issue, and she criticized heavily on Trump also for having friendship with China, then with Russia, and even she compared his thoughts with Russian dictators or Russian parliamentarians like Putin and all that. So these things went on, but what common person was most connected with was the economy. And what Trump was saying, we had earlier discussed, and you have also given us a lot of examples in day-to-day life, how this inflation and economy has gone to worst level in America. So what Trump was saying, it was a right in a way. Though she had avoided, this could be a major important point in US elections. What do you say on that?
Yes, I mean, let's admit the fact that immigration and inflation are definitely two important issues, especially inflation, because inflation affects each and every household. Immigration may not affect each and every household. But let's understand the way Harris provoked Trump in talking about other things. She cleverly exploited his weakness and ensured that the topic of inflation, the topic of economy, doesn't get mileage in yesterday's debate. Now, coming to your specific point, is it going to affect voters? Probably yes, in the sense there will be some fence sitters or there will be some voters who are undecided who may get swayed by the economic problems, economic pressure. But we have to understand another thing. Kamala Harris has also promised many other economic policies, for example, low cost housing or child tax credit. And she has, in fact, even talked about ensuring that the cartels do not increase prices exorbitantly. So all those policies have been talked about by Kamala Harris. Now, honestly, how far they will reach the voters, that's another question. But yes, economy is going to be a definitely important factor. But let's be very honest about it, Samiran. Yesterday, Kamala Harris managed to evade that part very successfully.
Yeah, let us say that it was Kamala Harris Day, and
Yeah,
what she alleged on the Trump, we have to go through some points. She said that government should not decide on women's body. She was talking, of course, referring
absolutely, absolutely,
to the
absolutely. And in
point
fact,
of this
let me yeah, let me say,
abortion.
say
Yeah,
yeah, let me say a few things about this. Now,
yes.
abortion is
And she
obviously
also said that, Trump was saying that this should be the issue of the states. And she
right.
said this is not issue of government at all. This is the personal decision. And as a woman, you must respect her decision, her thought. And she should have a right to decide whatever to do with the abortions or not.
Right. Now she provoked Trump in saying some things which are completely off the track. For example, she started talking about abortion, and Trump responded by saying that there are democratic states which allow infants to be killed. Now this is completely untrue. So these kind of statements were provoked by Kamala Harris by talking to Trump about his weaknesses. Now, coming back to the specific issue of abortion, yes, it is a very sensitive issue for women. And we all know that the three justices which were appointed by Trump during his first presidency, those justices ensured that the abortion became illegal. Now, now Trump is trying to say that states should decide, but Kamala Harris baited him by saying, "No, you will bring a national ban on abortion." So that way, Kamala Harris again won that point on abortion.
Right. She also made some statements on international relations and statesmanship of America. She said that weaponization of Justice Department was endorsed by Trump. Then she also said that we must stop Iran threatening Israel. And Trump sided with Russia in Ukraine war. Then Gaza needs rebuilding with dignity. Then Trump's foreign policy is wrong and weak. That's what she said. So
Right
whatever
now,
Trump had done in his tenure, she went on criticizing that and in a way suggested that look, this sort of foreign policy is going to put United States in trouble. So it's your choice. You are appealing to the people at large. It's your choice whether you want this sort of leader or you want some planned humanitarian based strategy as far as the foreign policy of US is concerned. So do you
Samiran,
think so that yeah,
let me interrupt there.
yeah.
It is not as simple as it looks, and
Hmm,
this is politics, and
hmm,
undercurrents are always there. Now,
hmm,
when Harris was criticizing Trump for his relationship with Putin and his stance on Ukraine and Russia war, she made a statement that if Biden wouldn't have been there, if perhaps today Ukraine would be under Russia control. And she
hmm.
said Putin would be sitting in Kiev. Now, how does it matter? Because Ukraine is next to Poland. So what she was trying to say that if Russia would have won Ukraine today, next step for Putin would have been to invade or attack Poland. Now, why this point was brought up by Kamala Harris? Because there is a reason. In the swing state of Pennsylvania, there is large population of Polish immigrants. So she wanted to touch their hearts by saying, "Look, Biden is saving you and your country from Putin." So these are these kind of subtle points are there when Harris attacked Trump about his foreign policies.
Yes. She also attacked on the cases going on against Trump openly. As you said, that she has openly exposed Trump and said that, look, who is speaking, who is criticizing me, the person who is making criminal charges, who is facing financial charges, who has been held responsible to provoke the violence in America. The bigger violent incidents had taken place in his tenure. Rather, he was behind it. She suggested that. So, in a way, Trump didn't have any answer to that because she was saying facts. She was saying whatever is
Right.
going on in court of law. She even gave the date of November 8th or 5th of November. She said he will be prosecuted and he will be punished. And maybe she suggested, not said, but she suggested that he will be facing very severe consequences of these political suits against him or criminal suits against him. So, do you think that she had surpassed Trump in this way also to attack him or to expose him in a way?
This was expected because it's a fact that Trump has been already convicted in 3 cases, and there are 34 proven felonies against him. All those are facts. The reason why she brought up that in yesterday's debate was she wanted to again provoke Trump. Now, the moment she talked about all these criminal cases, and especially the 6th January riots at Capitol Hill, Trump, actually got provoked, and actually he started talking about illegal immigration. Now we all know that illegal immigration has nothing to do with that 6th January riots, but she provoked him in saying something which was irrelevant, and as a result, what happened? Trump went on saying that Haitian migrants in Ohio are eating dogs or
And
eating
cats.
pets of people. Now, this kind of provocation, see, this was very well crafted. I mean, let me put it this way: the lawyer in Kamala Harris came out in with full swing. He was completely well prepared in understanding how to provoke him, how to make him uncomfortable. And that's exactly what happened when she wanted to. She accused him of all the criminal cases, etc. He got provoked and started talking irrelevant things.
Another point, Ravi, she was constantly referring Chinese and Russian relationship with Trump. And she categorically used the word that Trump admires dictator Putin.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that shows it has got a long history of relationship in between America and Russia. You know, from Kissinger's era to Putin's era, it's a long history to that, to the as a reference of this statement. So she wanted to show that this man has relationship with the mentality of dictatorship. So
Absolutely,
she was
absolutely.
again another point she raised, very vitally important point for the common citizen of United States, which they are facing as a major problem. 3 points she raised. One is about drugs, second is about weapons, and third is about human trafficking. I think she herself was involved in drafting so many legal procedures. She was member of so many committees against human trafficking in her advocate life or as a legal advisor's position. She had dealt with these issues, so she raised that. Do you think so that will create some impact on the people at large?
No, no. Yeah, honestly, Samiran, these last 2, 3 points which you mentioned, they are important from American society point of view. But let's be very honest about it. I don't think those points have any impact on the election, or they have any impact on the voters' mindset about whom to vote.
Hmm. But as far as the Israel point and this war going on in between Russia and Ukraine, do you think so that that policy she had slightly changed? Earlier, she had some different views on that, and now she has gone into different view. So that
No, I
Trump
don't think
also
so. No, I don't think
Trump
so. No,
but
I don't
Trump
think
also
so.
pointed out that she's changing her views. She's telling the past, but she's not explaining what she's going to do about that. And that was the
Right.
allegation of some people also, that she should have. The people expected her to explain in detail which policies she is going to adopt. Do you think so that Kamala lacked in that way in explaining her future plans or policies as far as US is concerned?
Now let's have clarity about a couple of things here. Yesterday's debate had 2 minute limit for each speaker. So when you have a 2 minute limit, there is a limit to which to extent to which you can explain your policies in detail. Number one. Number two, when it comes to foreign policy, probably I will not agree with you that or Trump. I will not agree with Trump that Kamala Harris has changed her policy as far as Ukraine and Russia war is concerned or Israel is concerned. The Biden has been consistently pro-Ukraine. In fact, billions of dollars have been
He has
poured in
given,
by
yes.
America in Ukraine through cash, through all the weaponry, arms. So that policy has been crystal clear, and I don't think Kamala Harris has any way going to change it. In fact, she said
Right.
it openly that she's going to continue that policy.
As far as TV watchers and those who have watched this debate, their take is concerned, the figures which I am getting in my hand, you may have some different figures, that Trump has got 37% and Kamala has got 63% from TV watchers who think that Kamala can be better leader than Trump, are 63%. And 37% think that Trump can be a better leader. So that shows that Kamala has got maximum weightage. But do you think so that in near future some another debate or some more debates can take place after this? Because after the debate was over, Trump met some few journalists and said, alleged that this was completely one-sided debate and anchors were biased, and I won the debate, and they tried to do so many things against me. But
Yeah,
he used the word bogus. He used the word bogus. The allegations were bogus against me. That's what he shared with the journalists, which I saw afterwards. But do you think so? Some more debates will take place, and that can also change the scenario altogether, or this trend will continue? What's your take?
okay. If you look at the Democratic Party machinery, election advisors, they would be probably not be ready, interested in having another debate, because now they have won this debate very clearly. So they would not like to risk another debate and a probable situation where probably Trump wins, okay, wins that debate. So if you ask me, there will not be another debate. Trump may be interested in having that because Trump knows in the heart of his heart that he has lost it. His advisors know that he completely lost the battle yesterday. He completely lost the plot to say, and he got provoked and made lots of unnecessary, irrational, and statements which do not have any factual basis. So I don't think there will be another debate if from Democratic Party's point of view. It's not in their interest.
And the trend, do you think so? This trend will continue about liking Kamala Harris as a leader?
Like I said, it all boils down to swing states. Now, for example, that's the reason I said the comment about the Ukraine war. It may look like a sort of a comment about an international policy, but somewhere down, deep down, the idea was to attract those Polish voters in swing state like Pennsylvania. So what I'm trying to convey here is, again, the next 50 days are going to be, people are going to concentrate on swing states, and that will continue to happen.
Right. So, Ravi, we have discussed this today's debate in detail, the points, its pros and cons, and plus points and minus points, strengths and weaknesses of Kamala Harris and Trump as well. And it seems that Trump has lost, or rather, we may say Kamala has surpassed
Absolutely.
Trump in this debate. As far as the impression is concerned, she covered a lot of issues. She showed, she exposed, she provoked. Whatever words you have used are absolutely factual. And we all witnessed, the whole world witnessed this debate, which was long awaited debate. and that shows that Kamala Harris has proven herself as a very, very eligible, very,
Absolutely.
very tough candidate to face
Yeah, yeah,
as far as
yeah.
Trump is concerned. And Trump will have to prepare a lot because Kamala is gathering many funds, much more fund than expected. Then her performance was beyond expectation of Trump. She was very
Absolutely.
well prepared. Her screenplay of her strategy was well drafted, well written, and Trump was victimized in that. He got stuck into that plan, we will say, to provoke him. He got provoked, made some nasty remarks, and that people of America, I think, wouldn't like this sort of
Yeah.
person as a leader again. So let us wait and see what it
Hmm.
happens. And in near future, we'll meet again on American elections. As you
Sure.
rightly said, there are 55 to 58 days remaining for this American election, and we will be meeting soon again. Every week we are meeting. In last few days, we will, I think, meet again and again to discuss the changing scenario
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the United States of America. Till then, thanks, and thanks to viewers also. You watch this program, and it's very informative from the point of view of Indian audience also, and those who are staying abroad, Indians staying abroad. For them also, this is very important program. Thanks for watching, Ravi. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
participating and sparing some time. We'll meet again very soon. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you. Thank you.